I know there's a lot of videos out there showing how to replace the Moen 1225 cartridge, and I looked at them. They were helpful, but none were quite like mine. So I had some difficulties replacing it, and I thought, well, I'll make a video and show the next person how to do theirs, and maybe it will help them. But I've got this kind of faucet that this is the model of it, CAL84502 SRNI, but this is my model. And there's probably a little plug on the front of it you have to pick out, and then you've got to take the handle off with an Allen wrench. This is American 3/32, and you take the screw out of the handle. You get that. You should be able to get that. And this is typical with all of them. You've got this Phillips, and you might want to go ahead and lift it up, so that might help you. Okay, you take it off. Now, when you take it off, you're going to be going like that, okay, to take it off. Why? Because when you're putting it back on, see this little lip back here? That little lip, that's going to go behind. There's a little notch in the back that's going to have to fit on first and then rotate forward. And when you see this, see it's got the indentation of the shaft, so you're going to have to line it up so that it fits flat and goes in. So when you're putting this back on, you're installing it from the back, put it into that notch, and then make sure your white insert is fitting over on top of it, and then you put your Phillips. So just be aware of that. Taking it off, you fold it backwards and watch that little lip. Okay. And like everyone else, it's got the little washer inside that needs to come out. If you want to put your screw back in to lift up the cartridge a little bit, and take your screw back out, and then you can get to your washer a little easier. And don't lose that. And then you've seen there's the clip back here, and it's got to be flush. I'm going to move my camera to let you see what it looks like when it's already installed. Well, first I've got to take this cover off. I forgot to tell you that. And you see this cover's got two little indentions. They're going to fit right in here. And the back of it, see the back of the cover? It's going to go around there too, okay? So when you're putting it back on, it has to be lined up. But, okay, see this clip back here that everyone says to take out? See how flush it is? That's how it's got to go back in. It's got to go flush down in there. And it passes through right on each side of your cartridge. So you've got to take that out it's got a little hole in the back that you can get to it and pull it out. Yours might be harder than others. But when it goes back in, it's got to go flush. See how it's going down in here? It goes right in there, and it goes flush and all the way in. So when you put it back in, you may have to keep turning this a little bit so that you can get that. But you'll see. Okay, and everyone has showed you about this little insert that you put in, and you turn it. When it's down low, it's hard to get to. When it's low, it's when you put your little helper on, it's hard to get your pliers in there to turn it. So if you once again get your screw and screw it in a little bit so you can pull it up, and once it's up, take your screw back out and you can put your little thing in there, and then you can turn it. And you know, you may have to turn it a lot, and let's get it as free as you can get it. And then pull it out. I'm not going to pull mine out because it was really hard getting out. I thought I was doing something wrong. This is the one, and I thought, oh, I'm going to have to buy a new sink, because I think a new faucet, because I think I've messed it up. But I kept pulling, and it finally came up. So if yours is hard, it's welcome to the club. And I don't want to pull it out and push it back in again, because but I got it out and then push the new one in, okay? And then once you push it in, you may have to put your little thing back on to push it all the way down. And then once it's down, again, you install your clip. And if it's not going in right, that means you're going to have to turn your thing to your cartridge to make it fit. So I can see I've got to go to the right a little bit. Okay, clicked in, it's all the way down, I know it's in now flush. Okay, you put that in and then put your little washer back on. And if you put it all together and your hot and cold is reversed, they say to go ahead and just turn this shaft 180. You'll see those directions from everybody. Okay, put the little clip back in, and put my cover back on, and it's got to fit in these two spots here. And make sure it's going down flush. If it's not going down flush, then something's not quite lined up. Once you have that on, then it's time to put this piece back on. We see our lip, and our flat pieces are angled correctly in the front, so we know it's going to be able to slip back on. So I'll put this in the back first, tilt it forward, and let it fall down in there, and then put your Phillips screw back in. Test it. Should be smooth and nothing's binding. If it is, then something's not right. Test it, and then put your handle back on. If you want to turn your water back on and test it before you put this on, you can. But if not, do that. And be sure to turn the water off before you do this. Either either the valves underneath or turn off the water completely from your street valve, whatever it takes. So I was thankful that I had my directions from my other one. When they sent the cartridge this time, Moen, there were no directions, and I had forgotten about it. It's been years. So I looked at and I found my old directions. So here's these. I'm going to scan them slowly, and if you see your faucet on there, you can see directions, specific directions, pictures really. So here's one of the ears is like that. That's taking it off, and then here's more directions. How about removing the cartridge? And these are some reassembly pictures and directions that this might be helpful to you if you don't get the directions in your little cartridge. And just last but not least, I'll show you the diagram of my faucet. You can see that the handle, the Allen screw, the little plug, the lever, and this Phillips screw that goes in there, and this little assembly. Then you have a dome, and you have your washer and your retainer clip and your cartridge. So if that's helpful to you, then there it is, in case you don't have it. Okay, hope that helps out. I know there's a lot of other videos of the 1225 cartridge, but I didn't find one quite like my faucet. And maybe yours is like that. Maybe there's another one on there and I just haven't seen it.